Very good. You want to make sure that your hand is not way up here like this, all off-centered with your fingers kind of aimed up this way. You want that wrist down, open up those fingers, and bring it out like that, where each finger is covering a fret. A lot of players will come at it like this, and then when they have to use something in that 3rd or 4th fret, they have to open up their fingers. Now your hand may not be used to staying out and apart like that. But unfortunately, with guitar playing, you're going to be doing this position an awful lot. So eventually, it'll get more and more comfortable to you. It may even be, physically impossible for you to move your fingers very apart right now. Your fingers will limber up as you do it, just like if you would be stretching and doing stretching exercises. They get more and more flexible the more that you do it. Let's try this one more time. We're going to be on that 1st string, 1st fret. Here we go. Let's play this note. 2nd finger, 2nd fret. You want to make sure you're using your fingertips, not the flat of your finger like that. You don't want to be doing this. That works real good on the 1st string, but unfortunately it doesn't work very good on the other strings. So you always want to make sure that your fingers are using the tips. So we did 1st, we did 2nd, here comes 3rd, and now we do 4th. Let's do that one more time. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Now, what should your thumb be doing back here? Well, I don't really care what your thumb is doing back there. The only problem is your thumb is attached to your wrist. And I do care about where your wrist is at. If your wrist gets too high, you end up using the wrong kind of muscles, and it doesn't work very well for playing guitar. You want to make sure that wrist is low. You want to use your fine motor skills, your little muscles in your fingers, and bring that down. And so you don't want your thumb way up here like that. It's not a hook. You're not hanging your hand on your guitar. You want to bring it back a little bit so you can do like that. Okay, let's talk about tablature. Tablature is a notation that guitarists use to show which fret and which finger needs to be played at any particular time. It's not really music notation. We'll talk about music notation in a minute. This is called tablature, and it's something strictly for guitarists to use. It really helps you visualize what fingers you need to place where. So if you can look in your books, figure 1 is a line of tablature, and let me just explain how that is. The 6 lines represented there correspond to the 6 strings on your instrument, going in reverse order. So the top string is actually, the top line is actually your 1st string, and then it goes down to the 6th string. In figure 2, where they put some numbers on it, and this is they're telling you, what they're trying to tell you there is where to put your fingers, what fret you need to put your fingers on. Okay, so the first notation there, you see a little 1 right up at the top. That's telling you on that 1st string, they want you to put your 1st finger and to play that note. Okay, the next one after that is a 3, but it's still on the 1st string. So there, that means you put your 3rd finger still on that 1st string right after it. That's the next note. After that, it skips down, you'll notice, to the 2nd string. Still the 3rd finger, though. That's what that 3 is telling you. So if I play just those 3 notes, it would be like this. 1st finger, 1st fret. 3rd finger on that 1st string. 3rd finger on that 2nd string. You'll notice a little bit further on in that figure 2 exercise, there's a 0. What that 0 is telling you is they want you to play that string, the 2nd string is the one that it's on, open. So I'm not fretting any frets at all, I'm just playing it open. Now, it's pretty easy when you get the hang of it to read this, even though it looks a little confusing right now. After you do it a little bit, you kind of see how it goes. So if I was to play figure 2, it would be like this. 1st finger, 1st string, 3rd finger, 1st string, 3rd finger, 2nd string, 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 1st finger, 2nd string. Now here comes the open strings, an open 2nd string and an open 1st string. Now if you look down to figure 3 represents how a chord would look. All of these numbers stacked up on each other are telling you to play all these strings at the same time. Okay, so let's look on what's happening on each of these strings. On the 1st and 2nd string, you have zeros, so that means those are both open.